Geography of the Zohar. Yet again, the Zohar shows us why it's false. Rabbi Moshe Delon was never there, and it shows. The Zohar's wandering narrative style. In Zohar 1:33b and 4a, it says, Rabbi Shimon was walking on the road with Rabbi Elazar his son. They arrived at a certain wilderness and sat beneath a tree. Rabbi Shimon opened and said, ... The forensic problem here is when it says Chad Midbara, a certain wilderness or a desert, is geographically impossible in the Galilee. The Galilee is mountainous, agriculturally dense, filled with villages and farmland. There is no Midbar, there is no desert in Rashbi's known area of activity. A Galilee Tana would never describe his local environment this way. The Zohar 2:49b also says, they went from place to place and saw a great mountain. Again, the problem here is there's no mountain named, no village is referenced, no regional marker was given. By contrast, the Talmud in Yerushalmi says, in Brachot 9:2, it says, Kfar Chanina, Tzipori, Meron, define travel directions, actual places on the map. Real sages name places, storytellers do not. Another example, in Zohar 3, 132a, 133b, it says, in one day they went, the next day they arrived. The forensic problem here is the Zohar regularly compresses mountain crossings, valley descents, multi-day journeys into single-day movements, contradicting Roman road system, known walking distances, and Talmudic travel norms. In Dvarim 1:2, it gives us a clear path of how long it took to get from point A to point B. It reads, it is an 11-day journey from Chorev. The Torah itself cares about realistic distances. The Zohar doesn't. Desert imagery where it cannot exist. Zohar 2:157a says, in the wilderness that was dry and empty. This language matches biblical Sinai imagery, matches Spanish mystical symbolism, and does not match northern Israel. Yehoshua 17:18, it says, the mountain shall be yours, for it is forested. The Galilee equals areas of forests, vineyards, and in rain. In the Zohar, it's desert, emptiness, and abstraction. It's not possible. If we believe in the Torah of Moses and the prophets that came after, this cannot be true. Lack of agricultural detail. The Talmud discusses olive harvests, fig seasons, rain cycles, and soil differences. The Zohar, never. This absence is decisive. Talmud Bavli, Tani 23a, says, discuss rainfall patterns specific to Eretz Israel. A Galilean sage lives by agriculture. A medieval mystic writes symbols. Scholarly criticism. Rabbi Eliyahu del Medigo, in Pchinat Adat, chapter 9, says, Divrei HaZohar einam midei chachamim hayosvim ba'aretz. The words of the Zohar are not the manner of sages who lived in the land of Israel. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai knew roads, fields, villages, and seasons. The Zohar just symbols, allegories, imagined journeys. This is not a voice of a Galilean sage. This is a voice of somebody from the 13th century that came up with stories to make it sound like it's from a Tana from the 2nd century. It is the voice of a medieval author writing about a land he never walked. We must pulverize the false beliefs that was transferred falsely into our Yahadut. Let's keep analyzing so we can get to Cheker HaEmet L'Shem Shamayim.